One of the topics that comes up a lot is online reviews. People have a lot of questions about it, about Google's enforcement of online reviews, how Google determines when to remove a review, how to properly flag one, what to do if you get a review that you dispute, especially with what's happening with these fake review extortion attacks. So basically, this has been going on for several years. There's been various iterations of it. The first iteration was people were sending messages through Facebook Messenger offering to sell the business fake positive reviews. And if the business responded to them and said no, the scammers would go ahead and start flooding their Google business profile with negative reviews in an attempt to get them to work with them and buy fake positive reviews. Then Google made matters worse by enabling the chat feature through their Google business profile. And you add that on top of the platform WhatsApp, and the spammers are able to send messages through WhatsApp, which is not traceable through any normal circumstances. However, Google is a partner in WhatsApp, so Google actually has access to this data. Going to highlight that Google has access to this WhatsApp data if they choose to do anything about it. Hint, hint, hint. So what we get is these new fake review attacks are happening, and they've changed it now so that they actually will message you and say, we got an order to hit you with 20 to 40 one-star reviews from your competitor. Okay, there's no competitor doing this. This is just BS. This is their sales tactic. It's a bad sales tactic. It works, but it's a bad sales tactic nonetheless. So you as a consumer get this message, hey, your competitors wants me to hit you with 30 to 40 one-star reviews unless you pay us, right? So that's how the extortion works. And so what ends up happening is businesses all across the globe are getting hit with these messages and these one-star reviews in an attempt to pay them. Luckily, there's been enough coverage of it, and Google actually has an emergent extortion form where you can actually report these reviews. And I'll cover that on another date on how to do that. So that's how you can. So there's a way that you can actually flag this. So this isn't an uncommon threat that we're seeing. We've been seeing an uptick in it. I usually don't see as many posts on social media, so I don't know if people are figured out how to report them and don't always post. But when people get hit with it and they aren't following, or they're, unfamiliar with SEO, then they'll come to an online community where they'll ask questions. So, so we do see them every once in a while. So how are different ways that Google interprets and removes reviews? So a couple days ago, actually on Monday, 2 days ago, Barry Schwartz over at Search Engine Roundtable covered a social media post from Ben Fisher from Study Demand. Ben Fisher is a Google business profile product expert. I've worked alongside him. I actually worked for him for a hot minute at his company. So somebody received this notice from Google about fake or incentivized reviews being found on their business profile. Here, Google says that they may restrict the ability for this profile to get new reviews, and it says may. So I thought this was quite interesting because they said that they may restrict reviews for fake or incentivized reviews. Chances are they were incentivizing for reviews. I haven't seen Google send out this email for having fake reviews. The reason why I say I haven't seen that was because we also have another social media post that Ben Fisher put out, again, about a business being notified that they had reviews turned off on their business profile. As you can see right above this warning message, it says edit your business information. So this is a client of Study Demands. Ben Fisher actually has access to this one, and that's how he was able to go in and blur out some of the information. So he was able to blur it out because anybody can see it. But this definitely shows that the screenshot is from somebody who actually has access to it. So that being said, posting for these reviews was turned off for 30 days. And a normal consumer was able to see a message saying that Google found a high level of suspicious reviews removed. Now, the nice thing about this blurred out screenshot was enough details were left for somebody like me to actually go and find the business. I'm inquisitive. That's how I got into SEO. I always love puzzles. I love digging in and trying to figure things out. A lot of people don't, that's just how I'm wired. So anyway, I was able to see that this is a cannabis store in Massachusetts. They have 566 reviews. You could just barely make out that the city starts with an R. So it's pretty easy for me to find the business profile. So I was actually able to find it. And I monitored it for a while, so I want to see what happens. So the business is actually City Farm Rosendale Weed Dispensary. And so this is a message that you see anytime you're clicking around on the profile, especially if you click on reviews. Google says suspicious high-rated reviews were recently removed from this place. And you couldn't leave a review. And this warning stayed on the business profile for 30 days. And so for 30 days, this business was unable to generate any new reviews, whether positive or negative. And the reason why this matters is because Joy Hawkins with Sterling Sky actually did a study a while back where one of her clients lost all their rankings, and she asked them, what changed during this period of time? And they said, well, we were soliciting reviews and we stopped doing that. It says, oh, well, you need to go back to doing that. And so as soon as they started, requesting new reviews, their rankings came back and improved. The reason why this is also important is because Darren Shaw over at Whitespark, who does the local search ranking factor studies, stated that this actually has increased in its as a ranking factor. And he's seen studies where the increase of reviews has actually massively improved the rankings for the business profile for the keywords that they want to rank for. Reason why I point this out and I say this is because as we go back to the case with the extortion reviews, I've seen a handful of people advise that after the negative review attack and Google going in and removing all of their negative reviews, Google actually added insult to injury by not allowing any new reviews to come in. So here's a business owner or somebody affiliated with a business, so that they received the extortion, they reported the extortion, and now Google has basically told them that they're not going to get reviews for the next 6 to 8 months. So not only did they get hit by this extortion review attack, they had to report it, and then after reporting it, Google's like, yeah, well, we're just not going to let reviews come in for the next 6 to 8 months just to make sure. So they just double penalize this business because A, they got hit by a negative review attack, from these extortions people. They didn't go and buy fake reviews and get caught with fake reviews, so that Google will actually turn off the ability for them to get new reviews for 30 days. They weren't incentivizing where they got a warning from Google saying, hey, if you keep this up, we may penalize you and turn off the ability for you to generate new reviews. So now this business just got hit, and aren't going to be able to get reviews for 6 to 8 months. And if review recency is that important, and depending on what market they're in, they could lose visibility for that time frame. And yeah, it sucks. While it's their business, it's Google's product. So Google can make those decisions, but it's a crappy decision for Google to make. There's no benefit on this one. This isn't like a case that I've talked about before where business has gone viral and they keep getting flooded with 1-star reviews from people that are upset about it. This is typically a one-time deal. They go, they send the message, business doesn't respond, they move on. They go and they find the next victim. A lot of the cases that I've looked at or worked on, they're one-offs. They never come back. So, and I've actually seen some businesses that got hit with these negative review attacks actually get new reviews even after Google had removed the negative reviews and stopped the negative review attacks. So why is that just being done with on this business profile? It's not fair. It's not right. And whether we like Google or hate Google, or we love reviews or hate reviews, this is just bad business on Google's part. There's no rhyme or reason for Google to do this, and it's adding insult to injury. So I'd like to get your thoughts, because I know people are passionate about reviews and passionate about Google and passionate about their love for Google, or passionate about their hate for Google. I always I remember when Google forced Google Plus integration with YouTube, and there was this singer. She came out with this song, and I'll be good, but it's called "F U Google Plus," and talking about how she's just upset that Google is forcing the integration of Google Plus with YouTube when she doesn't want it. I have a theater background. People probably don't think that about me when they meet me or see me or come across me online. But there's this movie called Bye Bye Birdie, and the singer's coming to town, and all the girls are enamored with them, and the guys aren't happy, and so there's this medley of the girls singing, "We love you, Conrad," or "Yes we do," and the guys are singing, "We hate you, Conrad," or "Yes we do." And so I always equate it to, "We love you, Google," "Yes we do," "We hate you, Google," "Yes we do." So people pick a side. I love and hate Google. I love and hate Google reviews. But I probably love and hate Google reviews for a different reason than people hate Google reviews. And that's just me, because I see a lot of misconception about reviews, or I see a lot of bad information being put out about Google reviews. So that's kind of my love affair, my love hate with it. I especially don't like how we've have way too many review solicitation companies out there. I think we've jumped the shark, and we forgot what the power of reviews is. But I'll save that for another day. But I'd like to get your thoughts and have you chime in. What do you think about Google reviews, how Google enforces, how Google doesn't enforce reviews, and yeah, let's have a good discussion on it. So thanks.